Today I wanted to show you how you can grow your own food in just 15 minutes a day. It isn't all that daunting, and it doesn't even have to be all 7 days of the week. According to our friend Amy Strauss of 10th Acre Farm, she recommends that the first 7 minutes in this streak tracker are just observation minutes. Hey Benny! You just go out in your garden and observe and take notes. So this streak tracker is available when you sign up for our Growing Food and Small Spaces webinar this coming April 29th. Link should be somewhere around here or on our profile. But we give you this as a thank you and for you to keep you accountable. So anyway, that's what I'm doing now. Some people, like John Jevons of Ecology Action, will even say that it takes you only 3.62 minutes a day of work all year round. If anybody can do that, then they can grow their own food. So 7 minutes of observation, that was very good. So that part, you just go walk around your garden and you try to see what's the difference now from the last time you've been here yesterday. And here I can see that my gummy berries, you want a close up? The gummy berries are now closing. They're not as vibrant as they were. You can also listen. You can also listen for the different birds. There's an eagle here that we keep an eye out for. There's woodpeckers. We are learning the calls of the different blue jays. Not a very nice call. Beautiful bird, but not a very nice call. We noticed that our pawpaw tree has these velvety chocolate flowers that are just on the verge of opening. And once they're ready, we'll be pollinating this with this different variety pawpaw tree. So that they can cross-pollinate and give us good fruit. This tree had flowers, and I can never remember if it's a pear, but I don't know whether I'm going to see any fruit out of this. Hopefully, because hopefully I see some buds. We'll see in a few days. We'll determine whether this tree will finally fruit for us. Please, tree, this year. That's why I can never remember what this is, because it's never really fruited for us. This patch here that the twins had stepped on is now recovering, and you can see our lettuces, our kale is coming back. This was under the hoop house over the winter beside our elderberry that I'm trying to train on this tomato trellis. So basically that's it. You observe your garden, you write it down, you put check when you do it, and then you have this active portion, 7 minutes. After 7 minutes, then the other 7 minutes is just for like tidying up, tying things at this point in time in the spring. In the summer, you'll be doing a lot of the harvesting. I can harvest some things now, such as our rhubarb over here. I noticed that the kale is flowering, which means that in a few days I'll need to harvest the seeds of that as well. Maybe in a week or 2 weeks time. But the rhubarb is flowering too. And this one will make really good rhubarb pie. Of course, the stalks are the edible ones and not the leaves for this. But you see how in permaculture you observe things. And the nice cool thing about this plant is the way that it gets the water, or captures the water, is through these huge umbrella leaves that just guide that water down to its root system. You'll see some plants do that, and the rhubarb does that very well. So that's one rhubarb here for us. Could be a few more, I guess. These ones here in the room. I didn't bring my luckily they're nice and crisp. Easy to. I don't need that much rhubarb for rhubarb pie. That's about good. This is a pond we're digging You want to look in here that the boys are digging. They look for stuff to do, and it's filling up nicely. It's coming out of the downspout from our washing machine. And of course we don't use bleach or any of the harsh chemicals, though it is soap. And I wonder whether it's the soap that travels down this aisle and makes this aisle less productive, except for the rhubarb and strawberries, than other places in my garden. So I'm going to stop that cycle by just creating a pond and diversifying the landscape in my tiny yard. If you are interested in growing food in small spaces such as this, we live on this is like 25 by 15 square foot area, 25 foot area. Then growing food in small spaces is a webinar that we have on April 29th. Sign up on the link around below, and hope this has been helpful and encouraging for any of you out there who think that you don't have enough time to grow, or it's just too daunting or intimidating. All right, see you next time.